With the recent outbreak of measles across the U.S., vaccinating children has been a popular topic of discussion.
Dr. Stephanie Hansen, a pediatrician with Sanford Health, is here to share the importance of vaccination and how to help ease kids' concerns. I could have used you back in the day, Doc. Before I even got there, I would just be wailing. So what do you do? If for like me, don't like needles, how do you ease concerns?
Yeah, well, you know, it really starts at home with parents. And I think really setting kids up for success is really, we say, this is what we do as a family. This is something we do to keep our bodies healthy, just like wearing seat belts, dressing appropriately for the weather, brushing our teeth. We get vaccines. And, you know, sometimes it hurts a little bit, but it's so important. And I think really setting that tone, showing your kids that you get vaccines can really go a long way, too.
Backing up a second, do you still have the discussion with families, though, that do I want to do that or don't I want to? We're not just talking the flu vaccine, that it's all right to skip. There are a lot of them that you really shouldn't.
Yeah, you know, vaccines are our #1 way of preventing infection in kids. And, you know, not only is it important for your own family and your own child, but the concept of vaccines and protecting people really means as a community, if we're all vaccinated, we can help protect those that are vulnerable who aren't able to get vaccines.
We started talking about the new measles outbreak, so why do you think there's been a diminishing amount of people that have been getting vaccinated?
Yeah, you know, parents these days are really well educated. They go out searching for information. They want to do right by their kids. And there really is a lot of confusing or even wrong information available right now. So it's tough for parents to get accurate advice about vaccines.
Oh, that Google machine, it confuses parents.
Yeah.
I blame that. When I mentioned in the break, I said I just got my flu vaccine on Friday, which was way late, but it's not too late if your kids haven't been, because we're in the middle of a lot of activity with flu. Are you seeing that?
Tons of flu going on in the community right now, and it is not too late to get vaccinated. So, you know, we'd love to have you come into the clinic and have parents and kids get vaccinated.
How long does it take? So I'm hearing, like, out of a class of 26 kids sometimes are out right now in some of the elementary schools. The numbers are just crazy.
Yeah.
So if I would bring my kids in today, is there a certain period that it really takes before they're...
Yeah, it really takes probably about 3 to 4 weeks to get protection for a flu vaccine. So we really hope that people would get their vaccine in the fall or before Christmas, before we really start to see widespread activity. But our flu season lasts a long time. So 4 weeks from now, we're still going to be seeing influenza in the community. So it's not too late.
And if a patient like Chris Berg comes in and he's very nervous, I know now, especially at Sanford and the pediatricians, well, #1, you guys are just so nice. And the kids, my kids love their pediatrician, but there are some tools, and you brought in something that kind of...
I did. I brought today Buzzy Bee. So this is a little device that we have available in all of our clinics. There's actually some really good science behind this. So it has an ice pack on its back and then a little motor inside. So you turn on the switch and it vibrates. You put it on the spot where the child is going to receive the vaccine, and it helps to desensitize the skin in that area. So they really don't feel the injection much at all.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Can adults use that too?
Absolutely.
Good.
I also heard that from you that you encourage parents to get the vaccines at the same time as their kids. So it's all about making it easy for families, right?
Yeah, we want it to be convenient. And I know, you know, asking people to come in and get a flu vaccine, that's just one more thing on your to-do list. We think it's so important for health that we've been able to offer vaccines to parents in the pediatric clinic this year as well.
Flu vaccines are so top of mind right now when we're talking about flu activity. But going back to having kids, your well checks, you need to keep up with those as well, because there's a state guidelines, right, for when you should have other immunizations?
Yep, absolutely. So getting regular well child care for your kids according to the schedule is one way to ensure that you don't miss any vaccines. So we're on top of it. When you come for your checkup, we'll be able to tell what you've had already, what you're due for, and really be able to talk to parents about that. And that's the perfect time to ask questions about vaccines. If you have some fears or some hesitancies, a well child visit is a wonderful time to have that conversation.
What's the most common question you get?
All kinds of questions
about vaccines.
You know, what kind of side effects is my child going to have? I get questions about how effective is this vaccine? Is it safe for my child? You know, those are, I think, really what people want to know.
And you're ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I guess I always like to ask this from you as well. People, I say the scary Google machine, where's a good place for people to go if they want to go online and kind of see the guidelines for what ages they should be getting these vaccines and the importance, pros and cons?
Yeah, both the North Dakota and Minnesota Department of Health can show you what vaccines are required for school, either school entry or later on in school. But the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, that's cdc.gov, really has a great resource for parents who have questions about vaccines.
And that's good, clear, accurate information. So that's great stuff. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Stay with us. Coming up next, leather fanny packs, fancy axes, and plenty of brews. More on the Unglued Craft Fest coming up this weekend.